Hello stock traders, I hope all of you are having a great 4th of July. Let's get into it. We have quite a few stocks to talk about, and if you have ever been curious about the stocks that I'm in, please check out the description down below. I will have listed every single stock that is currently in my portfolio, and I will also list all the stocks that are in my watch list, so check it out. I think you'll like what you see. Anyway, you should find it interesting. Before we get going, if you could do me a favor, please hit that most amazing and wonderful like button. Also, if you have not done so before, please subscribe and turn on those bell notifications so you get notified when a new video comes out. I do have a Patreon group. I have a Discord that is attached to that. If you want to be part of that, please check it out in the description down below. I will have that listed also. All right, so the market is being kind of funny, definitely a short day and a short week this week. We have Fed minutes coming up, so it'll be interesting to see what those Fed members have to say. And I'm sure that a lot of investors will be paying close attention to that. But there is some danger with that. If it is seen that the Fed appears to be all together in thinking that interest rates need to go up, well, the market has not priced those in, so that would be a very dangerous situation to the downside. Volatility could pick up. It will be interesting to see how it goes, but if investors are right, I don't expect it to go much higher. So the market is really overheated at the moment, in my opinion. Now, I am not a financial advisor, but it seems like it doesn't match up with how we really feel about the stock market at the moment, does it? Well, anyway, it'll be interesting to see how it goes. Let's get into it. Let's start off by talking about the stocks that sold within my portfolio, and we will take a look. All right, so we start off with the SPX. So this is the SPX here. You can see my sell indicators are alerting. We have a full-fledged short that happened on Monday. And so that is not a good development for sure. And that looks pretty interesting. So SPX is looking this way. You know, this is the time, in my opinion, to proceed with caution. The VIX is also... Oops, sorry about that. I accidentally changed everything. Give me just a moment. The VIX also is extremely low, and so this is the VIX. We're all the way down to 13.57. 1850 is the average, so way up here. We got a long ways from that, so it's really interesting. Made money on SVIX in this situation as the move down, and then when we got a buy signal, now have been into UVXY. But this is anyway looking like we could see a move upwards in the VIX also. It shall be interesting to see what we see this next week. And here we go. All right, let's talk about the different stocks that sold. But before I get going on that, I had one of the users, and his name is the Ape Father's Manchild. So you gotta love usernames. I find that pretty funny. Anyway, he wanted me to take a look at Nano Dimension Limited, ticker symbol NNDM. And you can see here my indicators are stating that it is a sell at the moment. Now, I am a short-term trader, so I'm a swing trader, but I'm a short-term swing trader. So according to my indicators, it's now time to take profits on that. This is kind of interesting. If you are wanting me to look at a particular stock for you, I'm more than happy to do so. At least pull up my indicators. I'm going to be placing this stock on my watch list, watching for an opportunity to buy, see if I can't pick some up on this particular one. I like it for its volatility. This would have been a really nice 30% gain if you would have played this move right here. About a 20% gain from here. So, you know, usually I would buy in here, might buy a little bit more here depending upon my portfolio on that particular day. Overall, this appears to have a lot of spikeability to it, so it's one worth watching in the future. All right, let's get over different ones that sold as part of my portfolio. I will have these listed in the description down below. The very first one is NSA. This was part of my long-term dividend strategy, sold for a 0.74% gain on sell signals. The next is PAC-B, and you can't see a sell signal, but it did have a sell signal right here early in the morning, and so I sold that one for a 3.64% gain. That is part of my active ETF strategy. Next was DNA, sold as part of my active ETF strategy. It also had a sell signal early on in the day on Monday, sold for a 12.57% gain. The next is SDGR. You can still see that sell signal there. Sold that for an 18.31% gain. This is part of my active ETF strategy. The next is MTLS, and this one was a loser, which is very uncommon with my active ETF strategy, but sold for only a 0.34% loss. So it was a really small loss, sold right about here. It was good to get out of this. With the sell signal, I've been holding this one for quite a while, so it was time to move out. And finally, ticker symbol TARS. This is part of my PDUFA strategy. This was part of the top 7, so this was number 6. Everything else is going to slide down, and we're going to have a new number 1 today. This is part of my PDUFA strategy, sold for a 0.50% loss as we had quite a big move downwards. Okay, so now let's start talking about the top 7. The very first one, number 7, is MESO, and this is MESO Blast. This is part of my PDUFA strategy, and they have a PDUFA date on August 2nd. Analysts have an average target price of $10.50, and you can see it is well below that here at $3.99. So $3.99 where it's at right now. So there's a lot of upside according to analysts on this. Since calling this out, it is up 8%. I hope all of you got in on this in one of my earlier videos. This one is one I think is going to be have a nice move. We're not even close to done with this one, in my opinion. Looking forward to the price getting up to overbought areas and time and to take profits. All right, number 6 is RXRX. This is Royalty Pharma. This one has had significant insider activity and is part of my insider swing play strategy. Since calling this out, it's only up 2.57%, so you haven't missed much on this one. So there was buy signals down here. We had the insider activity right here. Had this nice move up, and so far it's just kind of sitting here, but liking it for a blast out, especially if we can get above $31. I can see this blasting upwards. Analyst average target price on this is $51.35, so at $30.70 at its current price, there is lots of upside still to go on this. I like this for a nice move continually. All right, number 5 is CRISPR Therapeutics, ticker symbol CRSP. This is part of the ARK-K ETF and is part of my active ETF trading strategy. And average analyst target on this is $84.12. We are currently at $56.29. And ARK-K bought up more shares, reporting that on Monday afternoon. And so that's something to look at. We have more buying by ARK-K. So definitely Kathy Wood believes in the stock and is moving money. Sold some Tesla actually to buy this, and she's been a big proponent of Tesla. So they still have plenty of Tesla, but they are loading on this one. So this one is a higher priority. And you can see why with all of these buy signals. It is a great value at the moment, in my opinion. Since calling this out originally in my private Discord, it is down 8.54%, but I suspect that after that activity actually bought into it right here. Not a great purchase price, and so it is down 8%, but looking forward to it moving higher. I've had a lot of success with this stock in the past. This one has done very, very well on my indicators, my private indicators that I have here, and it has done very well in the past. All right, so let's move on to ticker symbol TZA. So this is based upon the IWM ETF, and as small caps go down, this particular ETF moves upwards, and we have buy signals all over the place. This is signaling that it's possible that we could see a move downward, at least with small caps. And so watching this one, bought this one on Monday. So far since calling it out, down 0.76%. But liking this for a spike upwards, as we could see a pullback in the overall market. Now this could be wrong. If it is wrong, that is okay. We will, just sell out of it at a loss. But when you see these buy signals, typically I've had a lot of success rate with this. over and over and over and over again. You can see here buy signals, sell signals, so on and so forth. This does a great job of picking turning points in the price action. And so TZA, I like this for a move upwards. Number 3, we are moving to, this is SDOW. So this is shorting the Dow Industrial. And so as this goes, as the Dow Industrial goes down, this particular ETF moves up. So far, since calling it out, down 0.38%. Again, we're seeing buy signals on this. This has been a lot of success. Bought here, sold here multiple times, and have had really nice moves. Bought here, sold here. This one has done very well. It will be interesting to see how it goes, but liking this to at least fill this gap up here at 24.42, as the Dow has that gap also, and so that'll be interesting to see. All right, moving on to number 2, which is DRIP, ticker symbol DRIP. This is the daily S&P Oil and Gas Exploration Bearish 2X ETF, and so as these stocks, oil and gas stocks, move down, this is one that moves up. And we can see here that we have lots of buy signals so far since calling this out, up 0.82%. Bought in on this ETF on Monday, as I called it out on my Friday video. Again, referencing the SPX and how we are up against this level. We could break through, this is something to watch, definitely. But with minutes coming up, I like it actually to go down in price. I'm typically not bearish, but this particular ETF, I think that we could see a good movements here. All right, the next is VERV, and so this is VERV Therapeutics. Since I called this out, it is up 5.22%. This is number 1 on the list. This is the first time I'm calling this out in public. This is part of the ARK-K ETF, and it's also part of the ARK-G ETF. And this is part of my active ETF strategy. The average analyst has a price target of $42.80. Since calling this out after buy signals, it is up 5.22%. It has so much further to go. I'm putting it as number 1 because there weren't any insiders again reported on the 3rd of July. There really wasn't anything good worth buying. And so this one is the stock I feel the best about. I feel rather confident that this is going to continue to move in the upward direction. So this might be one you take a look at. ARK-K and ARK-G both loaded more shares after selling Tesla shares on Monday, went into this stock also. And so they went into CRSP and VERV. And so I like both of these for big moves upwards in the market. Please reach out to me in the comments section down below. I hope all of you have a very successful Wednesday on the stock market. And if you want me to cover a stock, put it in the description. Or put it in the comment section. I would be happy to quickly cover it and possibly even put it as part of my watch list if I like it. Anyway, I wish you all the best, and Raytoven out.